All right, good afternoon or good evening, everybody, I should say. I think I have the lighting a little messed up here. Oh well. So, Brandy Joy here. We're going to be doing a special reading tonight. So, we're going to do our regular pick a card for the week, but I'm also throwing in some cards for your year. So, you're going to get to do two pick a cards tonight. All right, everybody. So, it is time to pull some cards and see what you got going on here. So if you haven't yet chose your card for the week, or I should say cards, you can pick A, B, or C. Just take a deep breath, slow down, and allow A, B, or C to come to you. If you're not very good at that, you can always do it another way, and that is you can write down A, B, and C, and then you could take your hand and then you could put it over A, B, and C and see which one vibrates the most for you. So if you're more of like an energy person like myself where you feel things, you can do it that way. So that's how I prefer to do it. So if I ever play pick a card where I'm actually like choosing based on somebody else's reading, that's how I do it, is I just go like this. And then I go A, B, or C with my hand. So happy New Year. Good to see all of you. Blessings. Hello, hello. Okay, I still have to get my crazy altar set up behind me. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. I have like all of my stuff just laid out on it. I have moved so many times these past few years. I have Uranus in my 4th house transiting, and it has just been crazy with like moving and moving and moving all the time with these Uranus aspects that I have. Anyways, are you ready for the new year? Are you ready for clear vision 2020, right? Okay. Okay, let's pull some cards. So first we're going to do your weekly reading, okay? So go ahead and choose A, B, or C to find out what's going on with your week. All right, you can pause this video if you need to kind of take some deep breaths if you haven't chose yet. And let's go for A. Are you ready? Feeling something over here, feeling a few over here. A, and A. Okay, ready? I'm going to choose B. B and B. And for our C's, feeling something there, something there, and something there. All right. Here we go. Okay. Got a lot of B's, I see. Okay, we got B. And we've got C. Okay. So let's take a look at A. If you chose A, all right, we have the 4 of Cups. You have the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Empress, which is also number 3. All right. So for my A's, you have the 4 of Cups, which means that your heart chakra is a bit blocked this week. You're feeling a little anxious. You're feeling a little like, just closed off, a little bit like guarded, right? This week, a little bit guarded is what I'm getting, a little bit blocked here, a little bit contracted energetically. And you might not be able to hear spirit very well. Maybe your mind is getting in the way, maybe stress is getting in the way, maybe you're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed emotionally, right? Because this is a card of emotion, but it's blocked emotion. Right, so this week is a little bit stressful for you. So this eclipse energy is probably hitting you pretty hard in some areas of your life that emotionally impact you and can cause you a lot of stress. Right, so I'm seeing this as being kind of a closed off, protected, guarded, blocked kind of week for you if you chose A. All right, and then we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the advice card is for you to work on that. Duh. Right? But it's saying to work, right, in terms of like health, because this is a pentacle type of card, and pentacles are earthy. They have to do with physical work. They have to do with labor. They have to do with anything in terms of physical activity. So instead of just dealing with this mentally at all, right, this is about doing it physically, right? So this is like putting in the physical work to unblock that chakra. And that could be that you need to, for instance, do some breath work, some chanting, some physical exercise, maybe eating a little bit better. So this is more about the physical body that's going to help open that up because it seems like the stress that you're dealing with is faded and this eclipse energy is just kind of happening for you. It looks like I might be on Facebook getting a little stuck, right? How are we doing over there? Am I getting stuck? Yeah, my Wi-Fi. I think the that Wi-Fi area might be closed off right now, and that's probably causing some of the connection issues. So let me know if it is sticking, and I will go in there and try to fix it. But anyways, the Three of Pentacles though is telling you that you need to do that physical work. You need to do you need to do something that's very, very physical. So that could be detoxing, that could be doing physical things, but something needs to be done with your body in terms of this chakra block because you have a lot of stress this week and it's things that are out of your control. It's not like this is under your control. It's not like you're causing it. It's just that it's in your life. And so you need to unblock it physically and just work on healing and opening and relaxing yourself and your nervous system as you go through this week, right? Okay, so then we have the Empress card. Okay, so if you chose A, you also have the Empress card, right? And this is the card of self-worth and self-love and the card of productivity. So this is very fitting with the Three of Pentacles because this is Venusian energy, but it's also a card of love, but this is card of healing also. And it's very much about you being like the star of your own world and like taking care of yourself because the Empress, you can see the stars on her crown there, right? So she is like a healer of the inner child. You can see the pomegranate seeds and everything going on there, which means she's coming after the winter. She's coming in with the spring, right? So this is renewal. This is rebirth. This is like healing time for you. So you're dealing with this heart chakra blocks. You need to address it. You need to do some detoxing, some work on yourself physically, because you can't really control the stress. And so the Empress tells you to come into yourself and to do your healing and to work on your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-love, and just give yourself love this week, right? If you're under a lot of stress in a place that you are, like maybe you're living in a certain place that's stressing you out or people around you, just try to, work on yourself, maybe get away from those people if you need to. Even if it's just temporary, like maybe they're stressed out and they're stressing you out. You need to just do some good self-healing, self-love, and self-worth type of work on yourself this week. But make sure it's very physical and very detoxifying. And also, part of that with the physical, mixing with the Empress would be silence, right? Like coming into your inner child and coming into your healing and into yourself and into the present moment and allowing yourself to heal through silence. So maybe getting away from the noise, getting away from other people a little bit, and just taking care of yourself and maybe just relaxing in a way, doing what you need to do in order to heal yourself and to feel better this week because it looks like it's pretty stressful for you, right? And so you've got a lot of threes, and threes are about being productive. And so it's time for, and 33, 3 and 3, right? That's the number of spinal columns you have. And it's also how many paths there are to God source and ascension. So it's Kundalini awakening. So this week you could do some Kundalini work, some tantric work, some energy work, and I have videos like that on YouTube if you want to watch them. I have tantric stuff, how to meditate, and so do some of that type of work because that's physical, but it's also very opening for your spirit, your energy, your heart chakra, and just kind of clearing things out. And it helps you to deal with things a lot better once you do that, right? So that's for my A's. So if you chose A, that is your first reading for the night. My second reading will be coming up after I'm done with the weekly readings. Then we're going to go into A, B, and C for your year. So don't jump off yet if you are wanting a reading about the year, okay? Because we're not there yet. Okay, so let's take a look at B's, all right? So with our B's, we have the Temperance card, right? And this is the card of patience. This is a card of, alchemy and change and transformation internally through patience and perseverance and understanding. So this week is transformation in a spiritual, energetic way for you, right? And then there's like other stuff going on. There's stuff coming in here for you. So this is saying, that you really need to focus on this alchemical process this week, right? And this alchemical process, it requires patience. It requires transformation. It requires you to allow things to happen. If you chose B, allow these changes to take place because the eclipse is bringing these changes to you. I see you going through a lot of healing coming up, right? And so this week is a good time for you to just have patience with yourself and with others and just allow things to happen, right? Try not to resist too much. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay. And so the Eight of Wands is a card of moving forward. So it's telling you to use these energies this week and to move forward. And the thing you're moving forward to is Two of Cups. And so Two of Cups, this can be two different things, depending. All right. So it could either be moving towards a relationship and healing it. Okay. This is about healing a relationship. Or it could also be, nope, that's all I'm getting. Healing a relationship. Um, it could be this other thing, but it's not. I'm not getting that. I'm getting it's about healing a relationship this week. And it doesn't necessarily mean a lover relationship. Okay. This could be family. It could be friends. Sorry, I got bit by a mosquito. Darn mosquitoes in Florida, swampland. It's hot. It's like 75 right now. Mosquitoes everywhere. Anyways, if you chose B, though, I'm seeing you go through this alchemical change in terms of your inner self, but it's telling you to move into healing your relationships. This could be coworkers, this could be a boss, this could be friends. It doesn't have to be a lover. Okay. But there's some type of healing that needs to take place with you and relationships this week. Okay, it could be a specific relationship. It could be you handling relationships or dealing with relationships in some way, and maybe a different way than you're used to. Okay, but definitely it's telling you move forward in terms of healing relationships, is what I'm getting. And maybe that entails better communication or going to a counselor to understand how to communicate better or how to deal with somebody that you need to deal with. Maybe they're the ones that are difficult, not you, right? But either way, I'm definitely seeing like it telling you to move forward and heal a relationship issue. Okay, this week. And so it's going to require some patience. This week, I'm seeing a lot of personal transformation inside of you. And that would be the Temperance card. Okay. So that's B. Now remember, stick around if you want to stick around for the New Year reading I'm going to be doing in a few moments. All right, so that was B for the week. Let's look at C for the week. All right, we have the Nine of Cups. Ooh. Okay, then. All right, if you chose C, we're having all kinds of relationship stuff come up. Astrologically, that makes sense with what we have going on, and especially with eclipse energies and stuff. But man, relationships are all over the place right now. Um, Nine of Cups. So this week, if you chose C, you're not feeling very happy about relationships. Sorry, this is just so weird. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, and so the Nine of Cups is that I'm seeing you kind of heart chakra blocked. A, heart chakra blocked. B, dealing with these are all relationship cards. Okay, so this is like the theme of the week is relationships. So if you chose C, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is like your heart chakra's blocked. You're not real happy right now. And then I've got these two cards, the King and the Queen, but they're looking away from each other. And so what we've got here is it's telling you that this week, because these are advice cards, right? You need to work on your healing of your heart in terms of relationships. You can see these two are facing away from each other, and holy goodness, this is weird. Okay, so I'm seeing like, looking away from each other, like back to back here. And so it's telling you these are both cups cards. They're both cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. So it's like the heart is kind of looking away from each other. And so this is telling you that you need to work on healing your heart. Oh, and look, and I put them back so they're facing each other. Isn't that nice? So it looks like your heart chakra is blocked and you need to work on that this week, just like A. But this one is in terms of, healing it. Here, let's get a clarification card. We got the King of Pentacles. All right, so the King of Pentacles is healing it in the way of the physical, as well as, you remember we were talking about the Three of Pentacles, right? Very, very similar for you. It's almost like A and C is the same, and they're all the same. Okay, there you go. There's your week, everybody. I could have just read one. Literally, that was the first time this has ever happened. Let's read for the year. Are you ready? That was so weird. All right, everybody. Yeah, they were all the same. Okay, so let's look at the year. All right, 2020, clear vision. Let's get some clear vision here. A, B, and C. Relationships, you guys, what is going on? What is going on? Heart chakras need some healing this week. I'm telling you what. Wow. Jeez, everybody, you just need to make sure you're practicing some Kundalini work, some meditation this week. Get on my YouTube channel, on my playlist for how to do that stuff with Tantra. If you haven't done it, you need to do that. All right, you ready? Pick A, B, or C for your year if you haven't yet. We're doing this again, but we're doing it for 2020. So let's see how your year's going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull multiple cards for your year. All right, so I'm going to pull for the seasons. So it's going to be 4 different cards for each. All right, and you might get something out of different ones. That happens sometimes where you feel like, for instance, I remember one time I felt like all 3 of them applied to me, but not completely. It was like, I remember B was like, yeah, it was B was the big one, but then A and C, like I felt like they applied, but just not completely, just like a little bit, like I could get something out of them. So that might happen to you. You might feel like, oh, you know what? A, B, and C all apply to me. And maybe so, just like that, it might have been hard for you to figure out A, B, or C today because all 3 of them were the same. Right. So choose A, B, or C for the year, and let's do this. Okay. 2020, you ready? All right. Okay. So I'm going to choose for my A's for the year. We're going to start with the spring. Okay. And then we're going to do the summer, the fall, and then the winter. Right. So for my A's. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read for A before I pull for B. Okay. Woo! Looking good, A. If you're an A, this looks good. Okay. All right. So you're starting out King of Swords, man. All right. So King of Swords. Nope. Another King of Pentacles. All right. So very much the king starting out. The king energy, it doesn't mean that you're a guy or a girl, right? This means that you are starting out very strong, right? For the spring. So very clear-headed, you're going to be decisive in spring. So coming in the spring, I'm definitely seeing you as the King of Swords. You're starting out decisive, but very much as the decision maker. It's coming kind of like that CEO type of energy. You're just like, all right, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to make these decisions, I've got to be a good leader. So, King of Swords is the king of the mental realm. And so that's what you're coming in with in the spring. Okay, so in the springtime, as you're coming into your year, it's like you're going to be this like decision maker. It's going to be a good energy. And then we have you with the world energy over the summer. All right, so if you chose A over the summer, you are going to be really coming into your life purpose. This is a card of victory. This is the ultimate card in the tarot deck for like success, victory, life purpose. So I'm really getting that you're coming into things in the summer. It's like you're going to be that like strong CEO type in the spring, and then that's going to bring you right into a very nice summer. It's going to be a really good summer for you. I see some of you like go on vacations and just having a nice time, but also like if you're working towards something like a goal, I see that really starting to culminate in the summer for you. And then we have the Queen of Wands, right? As you enter the fall, you're going to feel very independent. You're going to feel very like intuitive as well. This is a card of intuition and independence and sunniness. It's like a Leo card. So very strong. So I'm seeing a very strong year for you if you chose A. I'm seeing you be very strong. You're going to develop very nicely. Coming up next fall, I'm seeing you be very independent and just free. You know what I mean? And just feeling good about everything in your life in a lot of ways. So this is going to be a good year for you if you chose A. And then it ends next year with the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card of dedication to work. So I'm seeing this just to be very productive. So this is like a card of productivity, people working together. I'm seeing this be just a very strong year for you if you chose A. It's going to be really good in development. You're going to be strong. You're going to make things happen, and you're going to take it to a whole nother level. And Three of Pentacles is a really great card for productivity and everything. So I'm just seeing this overall be a good year for you if you chose A. So that's what the universe wanted you to know, is that this year, you're going to have a good year if you chose A. All right. So let's take a look at B's. You ready? Let's see if it's that good. These are tarot cards, so I gave you the truth. Okay. Yeah, so if you're listening, choose A, B, or C. We're on B now. So you can always watch the replay if you need to. And you can write down um, notes from what I'm saying, especially over the next year, so that when you actually reflect on your year next year, you can see in your journal like what your reading said about you and how your year would go. So, you ready for B? Okay. Okay, let's do this. All right. Woo! All right, families. I'm seeing connection for you if you chose B. Overall, that's your theme this year. Popped right out. I don't get very many jump cards because I'm very good at shuffling. I'm so used to doing it all day, every day. I don't get many jump cards. They have to really want to come out. Okay. So, are you ready, B? If you chose B, we're looking at your year. Okay. Definitely that one. All right. This is for the spring. Now we're going to do the summer, fall, and the winter. Woo! Okay. I'm going to pull clarification. Hmm, okay. All right. So what I'm seeing for my A or my Bs is that this year is going to be a theme of connection for you. The theme is going to be relationships and connections. All right. So let's take a look at what this means for you. If you chose B for coming up here in the springtime, I'm seeing you weigh your heart. All right. So if you chose B in the spring, you're going to really be digging in to what it is you want. It looks like maybe right now you're not quite sure because coming in, you're going to be weighing your heart in the spring. So something's going to come up. Now make sure you're intuitively, because this B is a tough one, all right? So make sure you're intuitively pulling A, B, or C, you guys. All right, so this is a tough one. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands or Queen of Cups, which is a very emotional card. It's going to be very much about your heart this year, very much about connection and about your relationships. All right. Okay, so Five of Swords. This will be your summer. Now, this is a card of like disagreements. So it looks like you're going to weigh your heart in the spring. You're going to be like really reflecting on yourself and what you want. And then coming up in the summer, there's going to be a little bit of a disagreement with where you're at in life. It's like you're not going to be quite there yet. So this is the path you're on. Now you can shift it. If you start doing inner work, you start doing your own spiritual work in order to make things different, then you can shift your path. But what I'm seeing, your path right now, the way that you're doing things, the way that you're moving forward, if you chose B, is that this coming summer, you're going to feel discouraged and you're going to feel like a bit of a disagreement within yourself. Okay. And then the Three of Swords is I'm seeing it go down a negative path. So coming into the fall, um, I'm seeing there be like a bitter sorrow for you. It's like you saw it coming, you knew it was coming, and now it's like things are just, it's kind of like you're experiencing a bit of almost underlying depression in a way. Okay. And then coming into the winter, we have the Seven of Swords. You feel cheated. You feel betrayed, right? So this is like your path that you're on. And so let's pull some cards because that is a difficult reading. Let's pull some cards on what you can do to make some changes in your life because the way that things are going for you, if you chose B, is that this is going to be kind of a tough year for you. And you don't want it to be that way, right? So let's pull some cards to see what you can do to make it a better year. Okay. So I'm going to ask my higher self, my guides, what can these do to make this year better? Ah, of course. Okay. All right. So we have the Six of Swords. So that is moving out of rough waters, moving forward into the Hermit. This is where it's going, right? And so the Hermit is the card of isolation and meditation. It seems that maybe you're needing to go within a little bit more and to open your channel to your higher self and to get that inner light guidance from your higher self. And maybe that's maybe what you're neglecting is you're not getting in touch with your intuition enough. You're not getting in touch with your higher self enough. And you need to really bring that in because it's showing that when that happens, then you're going to have the Two of Pentacles, which is making better decisions for your year, right? So it seems that it's a lack of connection with your higher self that is not it's not going to be very good decision making this coming year if you don't do this. But if you do this, you're going to have better decision making is what I'm getting. Okay. So that is how you can clear that up. That is how you can make a better path. If you chose B for the year, you need to do the Hermit card this year. The Hermit card is really going within and learning to channel and to open to your higher self and to connect to that inner world and to open up to your intuition. okay? Because right now you might be relying too much on other people to tell you things or just your mind and logic, whereas you need to learn how to go with your gut a little bit more this year in order to make things go a little bit smoother. Maybe you're pulling away from that inner work and you need to go more into the inner work. Okay. So that's what I've got for B. So let's take a look at C's for the 2020. All right. So if you chose C, or if you were feeling even a little bit like C might be affecting you, make sure you take a listen. All right. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Let's look at C, though. You ready? How many of you chose C? Who we got in here in C? Awesome. Yeah, Mandy. Cool. Okay. So if you are a C, we're about to pull cards for you for your year. We have any C's in the house? We have any C's in the house? Okay. Hey, Krishina and Rebecca. Awesome. Okay. Okay, Steve. Okay, great. And Leanne and Amy, Lana and Chris. Okay, we have quite a few. Adele, Chrissy. I got A and B, and that's a mixed bag. Yeah, it is. That is. Well, it could even be, Tara, that maybe those were two different parts of your life. So what I suggest you do is if you came up with two different things like A and B, you might want to think about, okay, meditate on this and go in and say, okay, relationships, for instance, and then go, is it A, B, or C? And then career or whatever else is in your life that's going on, A, B, or C, right? And see what the difference is, because this is a general reading overall. So it could be that you picked A and B because one part of your life is going to go really well and strong, and the other part of your life that was unconsciously there is not going to go so well. You're not going to be as intuitive in it, right? And that would make sense. So if you did get multiple, that would be why. It would be multiple areas of your life that are being affected in different ways, right? Okay. C's, you ready? Woo, all right. I kept like, there it is. I can feel it. I was trying to pull away from it. I was like, nope. All right. C and C. Okay. Whoa. Holy goodness, oh my. All right, if you chose C, these are all destiny cards. So this is a huge year for you. You probably have a lot going on with these eclipses if you chose C. Okay, spiritually, it's definitely going to be affecting your life and your ascension. So the first thing we have coming into the springtime is the moon card. Okay, and the moon card is it's like things can be illusionary, right? And delusional in a way. Coming into the spring, it looks like things aren't going to be quite what they seem. So this card shows an eclipse and it shows like the moon at night and the creatures coming out. So it looks like there's going to be some illusions coming up for you in the springtime, some things that aren't quite clear and you're not sure about yet. So these eclipses are definitely affecting your life, and it looks like, coming up very soon, it's just going to be like an overarching, like, I'm not sure about where I'm going with things. There's going to be a little bit of like a hesitation in the springtime. You're going to feel a little bit like off, a little bit confused in the spring with the way that you're going right now. All right. Now, here's the thing. It does get better. Okay. So through that confusion, it looks like you're going to then work into the star energy coming into the summertime. And the summertime is like a clearing, a cleansing, an opening. It looks like this is going to be draining for you, and you're going to be like, you know what, I got to do something about this. And then I see it getting better for you in the summer because you actually do take action in spiritually cleansing yourself over the summer. It's going to be a better energy for you. So I'm seeing you take some action. I see you doing some good spiritual work coming into the summer and cleansing and clearing and opening that aura and getting into some good spiritual cleansing work. That's what I'm seeing. Summer is like a good time for you. For some reason this year is going to be a really good energy. And then we have coming up in the fall, you're going to have the judgment card. And the judgment card is a card of good judgment. So it's telling you that you're going to have good judgment in the fall and you're going to really start weighing in some things that you've gone through in the past year or maybe even longer. You're going to really get into making some changes in your life because of this good judgment. And that is going to cause a major transformation in your life. So this year is going to be a huge transformation for you. We have Pluto in Capricorn right now, conjuncting Saturn and stuff going on, and major eclipses coming into these energies. We're starting out with an eclipse come January 10th, and we just had one on Christmas night, right? So I'm seeing a major transformation spiritually, energetically, and just your life in general. I'm seeing a big change this year. Okay, so come into the end of next year, it's really going to be very different for you. I'm seeing you develop, I'm seeing you change, I'm seeing some things start out fuzzy for you, but then as you keep going, you keep working and you get better, clearer vision, and you make some major changes in your life for the better, and things get better for you. So yeah, I'm seeing you come into more stability after that. So the Four of Pentacles, it's about stability. So I'm seeing you come into more balance, more stability, and more security with this change this year. But you've got to do the work. You've got to make sure that this is the card of like cleansing, purification, detox, tapping into your spirit self and cleansing those chakras and the cords and opening the aura and making sure that everything is clean and clear and balanced as you move into that judgment. And so it looks like you're going to have a lot of balance, a lot of stability coming next year in 2021 after you go through this huge change in your life this coming year. It's going to be a big year for you, major changes, okay, if you chose C, right? So that is your readings for the year. I hope that gave you some good insight into what you have coming up and what it's about. Now, again, if you chose A and B or B and C, that's because it's in different parts of your life that you're reading on. So make sure that you close your eyes and just think about those different parts of your life and see which one applied, A, B, or C. And like I told you earlier, you can take your left hand and you can go over A, B, and C if you write them down on a piece of paper, and you can see where the vibration, where you feel the tingling in your hand. That's the way I always pull cards, and that's the best way for anyone that's clairsentient, that's very empathic energetically, can pick up that A, B, or C with their hand very easily. So it can really help you to get a better, reading and know which one applies to you. So yeah, thank you, everybody. So happy new year to you. I hope you have clear vision in 2020. That's my mantra for 2020 is clear vision. So definitely do some magic, do some rituals, do some cleansing, do some lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. If you haven't seen my video on YouTube, I remade it for all of you and I posted it like a week or two ago. So try that out if you need to do like a balancing and a clearing of your energy. It's a protection ritual and it can really help expand your aura and to clear out your energy field. So thanks so much, everybody. It was a lot of fun to read, your year for you. And we'll get into more of the details, of course, every week for the following year. So thanks, everybody. Happy New Year. Bye for now. Oh, love you.